All right, we're going to be going over the Helium 10 product research methodology that I use to find a lot of products now. So this is not just using one methodology. It's not just product. It's not just keywords. It's kind of intertwining all of them together. And I think that that's the best way to find ideas now, because it's not like we can just put in a criteria into a tool and find the best opportunities. There has to be some form of creativity, and it has to be harder to find. So what we're going to do in this is we go and we use the black box from Helium 10. And what we could do is there's some couple neat things, but put stuff in the title so you're able to put what words you want. You'll see that throughout the course. And then we'll be able to filter based on a certain amount of sales and reviews. And then we end up getting products, and then we're going to find one that is like, whoa, I like that product. And then we go to here. And then what we do is kind of analyze it, and then we reverse engineer it, and we put in and we find all the keywords that it ranks for, and then essentially go back and then choose another keyword. So you'll see this throughout the course, and this is generally how I think is the best way to do it. And then maybe this is a good one, and then you put that into Cerebro, and we look up all the keywords that ranks for, or algorithmically similar ones to a certain keyword. So there's a keyword here, and then we find more keywords there, not just on a product, but keywords that are similar to that. And eventually we find a good market. There's good search volume, and the products don't really match very well, and it looks like a pretty good market that we could go into. So hope you guys enjoy this. So why is this technique different than the other ones? Like we said, it allows you to have complete flexibility because you are choosing the keywords that you're putting in there. You're choosing the niche. You're not going into product research tools and then choosing certain criteria, because there is an error where everybody is trying to find the same criteria. Normally, that's just the tragedy. And then so everybody's looking through these same criteria with the same tools, and as a result they spit out the same stuff. But by using your own keywords, you're making the decision here of what niche to go into, and then you're finding keywords, you're finding product opportunities that have high search volume but not that many competing products. So you could even find markets here where literally they're not even solved. There could be 50,000 searches a month and nothing shows up. So I just want to show you guys one quick example of that, which I have found through this. Okay, so we go to Magna here. I actually found this, I think I was in my Pinterest product research video, but this term unicorn toilet paper, okay, there is literally 1,116 searches a month for it, and there is nothing coming up on Amazon at all. So as you can see, there is a 5,000 Magnet IQ score, unicorn toilet paper, 1,116 searches a month. But when we go to Amazon, there's no unicorn toilet paper at all. Okay, there's some Trump toilet paper, but people are looking for and actually wanting a toilet paper with unicorns on it. With this tool, you're able to find those much easier, where a product research tool isn't going to spit that out because nobody's really making sales through unicorn toilet paper, but there's people searching it. So what if you're the only guy in the town with the product? Well, that happened to me with the Eclipse glasses. It was pretty awesome. I got to choose my price, So that's what is neat about this. And it just allows you to really, by using Magnet Cerebro in this, you're going to be able to really look through the Amazon product catalog and the Amazon search data to find those differences in opportunity. So this is very powerful. Now, the reason why I like this is because it has the ability to really dig down into niches, okay? And it has access to the exact Amazon search data. So let me just tell you the quick tools here. So they have Black Box, which is the product finder. And what's really unique about that is it has this ability to filter by keywords and the title. So all the other product research tools on the market, you search by product and certain criteria, like how many reviews and ratings, and everybody's going after those same ones. Well, I want to go after ones that are focused on a niche, okay? Because I want to build out a brand or find a certain seasonal or just go around a general area, okay? So now I'm able to search the entire Amazon product catalog by just using that keyword, okay? And that's what I really like. My favorite part about this is that it has the largest catalog of all the product research tools from my understanding. I've talked to CEOs, and it does, just looking at it, it does seem like that. If I'm wrong, please let me know and I will update this video. But from my understanding, this is the largest catalog. It is not the nicest looking tool, but it has all the data and it gives you these nice abilities, and it also has the ability to search by the number of images, and I'll show that later. What's nice is you can really dig down into a niche. So we have black box, which allows us to go into a niche and then see all the products. So like if we want to go into wedding, look at wedding and see everything that has wedding in the title, and then now you can make your own filters from there. So that's what is really neat for that. And then what is great is, so we'll find a product that is interesting within a niche, and then we put it into Cerebro, okay? And when you put it into Cerebro, you're able to see all the keywords that it could possibly index for. And by doing that, you'll now see all the keywords of a niche and the exact search volume. Then you can sort by Cerebro IQ score, and that tells us the absolute best opportunities where there is a lot of search volume and not many products. And then what we do is we could look up some of those keywords then, and then we use Magnet, because Cerebro only shows things that listing is indexed for. But that doesn't mean that that listing is perfect. There might be keywords that it's not indexing for. Then you take Magnet, and that algorithmically then will tell us the keywords that are similar to that. And then we can do the same process. And this way, I'm able to find all the keywords within a niche, and then we can sort them by the ones that are the most lucrative or have the most search volume compared to the amount of products. That is my new methodology, and it makes mathematically the most sense. My favorite part about it, though, it gives you the ability to find markets so there is that difference in search demand and the amount of products. And what that means is oftentimes these are products where they're just not served at all. You guys will understand as we go through this. Okay, so we're going into the black box product research tool now. So if we take a look at this, I just want to show you guys the criteria that I use. You can use your own, but basically all I did was, let me just move myself a little bit here. We just literally put in 550 max reviews. I'm not going to use a criteria that's really limiting. And then in the title keyword, I literally just used the word motivational. And then you hit search and go in there. And then what I did was I sorted it by monthly revenue and just the highest to the lowest, okay? And I just want to see, like, what are all the products? So by doing this criteria, I'm able to see all of the products that have motivational in their title. Okay, that's all I want. And then seeing like what is possible within this niche. So we sort it by monthly revenue, and we see like this ring, this fitness ring. We also see a sweat, something that makes you sweat more. I don't know. I don't want to sweat more when I work out because I sweat a lot. That's why I'm happy to be in New Zealand, where it is nice and cool and there are mountains. Oh, so we found there's these motivational stress balls, and these are doing pretty good revenue, 30,000 a month, and there's multiple variations killing it. Apparently for all those stressed out teachers dealing with those little nuggets in elementary schools, or maybe a young Brock Johnson in middle school. My teachers did not like me. All right, so as we went through this, the product that I found interesting here was, so if you don't know me, like I like seasonal, I like gifts, I like somewhere where people are looking to solve a problem or fill a need, but it is not like they're looking for a red spatula that is 18 inches long and that's it. You know, this here. So this one was interesting to me. Inspirational Bible verse quote greeting cards. So this is the first step. We look within a niche, and then now we found something interesting within the niche. Okay, great. We look it up on Amazon. Okay, great. And it was doing 16,000 a month. Just some greeting cards that are personalized. That's pretty neat. So then what we do is we take this now, and we want to see what are all the keywords that this is potentially ranking for, okay? Because this is going to tell us more about the niche. So I put this into Cerebro, and then I sorted it by the exact phrase volume. So I want to see the most search volume, and I also made it wide right there. What that narrowing and widening does is that if you make it narrow, it'll show only really relevant ones that it's ranking for, and that's a factor directly from Amazon. But if you make it wide, it'll show you for everything that it's possibly indexed for. Okay, now I did that and sorted by exact volume because I just want to know, like, what are everything that it's ranking for. And then what I did was I want to now look at Cerebro IQ score. So what Cerebro IQ score is, it's an algorithm, and it's basically telling us what, like, the higher that it is, the better. Okay, so to make it, if there is a large amount of search volume and not many products ranking for it, it's going to be higher. Now It also takes into account how well optimized those keywords or the listings are to that keyword, okay? For example, baptism gifts for girls right here, 2,163 cerebral IQ score. I liked this one because it's in that gift category again, all right? So the fact that it has a high cerebral IQ score, that means there are a lot of searches right there. And it means that there are not that many products. So there's 3 or 5 being sponsored on it, and there's only 5,000 actually like total ranking for that. What this means is that if we look on Amazon, they're probably not even well optimized for this keyword. All right, now we have looked up baptism gifts for baby girl on Amazon, and you look, see, the top ranking ones, they don't even have baptism gifts in it. It looks like pretty much... No, this one is, this lamb is, but some of the other ones don't. So this would be where you could probably innovate within this. Seems like a pretty good opportunity because there just appears to be pretty good volume, and the stuff isn't that well optimized for it. But there is some higher review numbers here. It's still not too competitive, but there are some things with 500 reviews and stuff on here. So I'm going to want to try to find something that's a little less competitive. So what we're going to do then now is we're going to take that keyword, though, that we had, baptism gifts for baby girl. Let's find other things in that niche, though, because this is an underserved niche. All right, so we put that in magnet here, and what happens is when we look at this right here, we sorted it by exact phrase volume, and this is what I like to see. Look at this. This is a home run on the magnet IQ score. I don't just live and breathe by it, but it is good. I normally check things out that have a high magnet IQ score. Now, if we take a look at this, first communion gifts for girls, it is a very high magnet IQ score. Okay, so when we go and we put this on Amazon, it shows pretty good numbers. So look at this. We've got $56,000 a month happening with only 41 reviews, 3,000 with 12. So there's just not that many amount of reviews, and there's some pretty good volume here. And what is interesting is if we take a look at this, so this is first communion gifts for girls. It doesn't really look like, okay, so there is this one that's first communion. Okay, yep, precious. So some of these have first communion in them, but some of them don't even. So that means they're not even optimizing for this. And the thing that's interesting is you're looking for a gift for first communion. So it's not like people are wanting the exact same thing. In a gift market or for a special event, there's all sorts of different people in this world, okay? And that's where I can come in and find some way to innovate or bundle or find something that is going to be different and have that marketing pitch where I'm going to be like, this group of people is going to choose mine over that. And then one other thing that we should take into account here is that it is seasonal. All right, so when we take a look on Viral Launch, you will see it starts ramping up to about 2 sales a day in February, and then it starts right at the beginning of March, okay? And then it ends at about the end of May. So we got about 2 months where it will sell very well. And what's great is this is the #1 ranking product, okay? And it was only selling back in March 2 products a day. So if you wanted to rank for a keyword like this, you can innovate and provide a different bundle value, and you only need to sell 1 or 3 a day to be the #1 listing through that keyword. Now, that's just what I like to see as something that's just a huge, like, that's why I love seasonal products. That's a whole different video. Check that out if you want. But this ends up working out pretty well. Let's take a look at, just go back and look at some of the other products that were showing up for this keyword. And now see, when you have that high magnet IQ score, there's room for innovation, because that means people aren't optimizing for that keyword. And when people aren't optimizing for a keyword that has a lot of search volume, that typically means there's room for improvement, or it's like very different, okay? It's a more broad keyword that people are looking up for to solve a problem or something. So this first communication or first communion, this one is a music box. And what I like about this is you're solving a problem here, because this is a first communion. People don't really know what to give or whatnot, and they're open to interpretation. So you give them a nice little music box. All they have to do is take a picture and put it in there, and it's got a nice quote. I think it even has a necklace in there. Yeah, so it's just a little jewelry box. It's just a perfect buy it, and it's personalized, customized for the experience. You could provide something else within this. There's definitely room for innovation. So there's this first communication. So there is this first communion gift set right here. So a little prayer book with a rosary. There's also a necklace here, it appears. So maybe you could do like a necklace with a music box. So this is the research technique that I use. So if you check out the full video, you could see me using it, and I find $2.5 million of product opportunities that are just wide open for the taking. And this is my favorite way. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a summary of this video now. So essentially what we do is we can dig deep into a niche with black box. Okay, so we look up a keyword that is very broad keyword that you want, like, so wedding, motivational, organizer, big, small, weird, funny, gift, anything like that. And then we sort it, and I just sort it by the most amount of sales. And then I take that and then I put that into Cerebro, and I find all the keywords that it's ranking for. And then I find one where it's got a pretty good IQ score. So that means there's a lot of searches comparative to the amount of products that are ranking for it. Now, what we do is we take that, we look at, we search that keyword, look at the products. Okay, now what we do is we take the interesting keywords from the reverse ASIN search of Cerebro, and we put those into Magnet. Okay, and then that's going to give us even more. And then once we have all of that, we're going to be able to just find these really underserved keywords. All right, and you just can keep rinsing and repeating this process. And then if you get too far out of the niche, just go back. This is the method that you'll use to find where all of the best opportunities within a niche are left. Okay, just finally, you dig deep, you go wide, and then you kind of veer off with this. And this is going off actual Amazon search data. So like I've said, use my link down there and get the 7-day free trial of Helium 10. You get to see all these product research tools. It is my favorite way. And then if you do decide to become a paid member, you will get 10% off your subscription for life. And yeah, check it out. You got nothing to lose by the free trial. One last thing before we do go. So we had that where we used the keyword. So we had found that this Precious Moments one only has one picture and is doing $56,000 a month, which is pretty crazy. So the other way that I do this is, so instead of digging deep with black box with a keyword, you instead do where you would make it so that there is only one image. So is there something that's making a lot of sales and only has one picture? Because there's probably opportunity there. And then do the reverse ASIN search with Cerebro and figure out all the keywords for that, and then see which ones have the most opportunity, and then that's the process. So this is my favorite product research method. All right, so we have a link down there for 50% off your first month with Helium 10, or you could get 10% off a month for life, depending on each one you click. But regardless, you get 7 days for free. So I suggest that everybody goes and gets this tool and really plays around, because you'll get to really learn about the keywords in depth using reverse ASINs and also using the magnet to find algorithmically similar keywords, because just knowing a product isn't the most important, because you really need to know the keywords that a product is selling through. So go ahead and get that, and then you get 2 free searches a day after, even if you don't go ahead and purchase it. So it's definitely valuable to have, and I think everybody should have this. And you also get the review downloader by getting their Chrome extension. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this methodology and other maybe creative ways. Obviously, I showed you guys images, and I showed you putting things into the title. Are there any other ways that you guys use this tool? Let me know.